As children, we were given a choice between the talented but erratic hare and the plodding but steady tortoise. The lesson was supposed to be that slow and steady wins the race. But really, did any of us ever want to be the tortoise? No, we just wanted to be less foolish hare. We wanted to be swift as the wind and a bit more strategic. Say, not taking quite so many snoozes before the finish line. After all, everyone knows you have to show up in order to win. The story of the tortoise and the hare, in trying to put forward the power of effort, gave effort a bad name. It reinforced the image that effort is for the plodders and suggested that in rare instances, when talented people dropped the ball, the plodder could sneak through. The little engine that could, the saggy, baggy elephant, and the scruffy tugboat, they were cute. They were often overmatched, and we were happy for them when they succeeded. In fact, to do this, I remember how fond I was of those little creatures or machines, but no way did I identify with them. The message was, if you're unfortunate enough to be the run of the litter, if you lack endowment, you don't have to be an utter failure. You can be a sweet, adorable little slogger, and maybe if you really work at it, and withstand all the scornful onlookers, even a success. Thank you very much. I take the endowment. The problem was that the stories made it into an either or. Either you have ability or you expend effort. And this is part of the fixed mindset. Effort is for those who don't have the ability. People with the fixed mindset tell us, if you have to work at something, you must not be good at it. They add, things come easily to people who are true geniuses. I was a young professor in the psychology department at the University of Illinois. Late one night, I was passing the psychology building and noticed that the lights were on in some faculty offices. Some of my colleagues were working late. They must not be as smart as I am, I thought to myself. It never occurred to me that they might be just as smart and more hardworking. For me, it was either or, and it was clear I valued the either over the or. Malcolm Gladwell, the author and Yorker writer, has suggested that as a society we value natural, effortless accomplishment over achievement through effort. We endow our heroes with superhuman abilities that lead them inevitably toward their greatness. It's as if Midori pop up of the womb fiddling, Michael Jordan dribbling, and Picasso doodling. This captures the fixed mindset perfectly, and it's everywhere. A report from researcher at Duke University sounds an alarm about the anxiety and depression among female undergraduates who aspire to effortless perfection. They believe they should display perfect beauty, perfect womanhood, and perfect scholarship, all without trying, or at least without appearing to try. Americans aren't the only people who disdain effort. French executive Pierre Chevalier says, we are not a nation of effort. After all, if you have savoir-faire, a mixture of know-how and cool, you do things effortlessly. People with the growth mindset, however, believe something very different. For them, even geniuses have to work hard for their achievements. And what's so heroic, they will say, about having a gift? They may appreciate endowment, but they admire effort. For no matter what your ability is, effort is what ignites that ability and turns it into accomplishment. Here was a horse who was so broken. He was supposed to be put to sleep. In fact, here was a whole team of people, the jockey, the owner, the trainer, who were damaged in one way or another, yet through their dogged determination and against all odds, they transformed themselves into winners. A down and out nation saw this horse and rider as a symbol of what could be accomplished through grit and spirit. Equally moving is the parallel story about Seabiscuit's author, Laura Hillenbrand, fell in her college years by severe, recurrent chronic fatigue that never went away. She was often unable to function, yet something in the story of the horse who could grip and inspire her so that she was able to write a heartfelt, magnificent story about the triumph of will. The book was a testament to Seabiscuit's triumph and her own equally, seen through the lens of the growth mindset. These are stories about the transformative power of effort, the power of effort to change your ability and to change you as a person, but filtered through the fixed mindset. It's a great story about three men and a horse, all with deficiencies who had to try very hard.